Hello and welcome back to episode 7 of the Elden Ring series. You know, Limgrave has thrown a lot at me since I've started this Elden Ring journey. I've been killed by but at the end of the day, the thing that really kills me is when my audio doesn't record. And so once again, you are getting a post gameplay commentary of today's episode. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, it's raining. We're at a site of grace. I don't quite. Oh yeah, I remember where we are. What is it called? The Weeping. We're at the Weeping Peninsula. That jumping that you see there, that's me doing a sync test. I'll say like jump, jump, jump as I jump, and that's how I line up the audio with the video. And so we're at that. The Bridge of Sacrifice. Luckily he's facing the other way, but that machine is a pretty serious machine. And we're doing the smart thing by retreating. So we're leaving the Bridge of Sacrifice. We're going to pick that herd leaf flower. And there's a dead soldier here on the ground. Looks like another one. Not too sure what happened here at the Bridge of Sacrifice. But they were on the losing side of it. And let's go ahead and let's talk to this maiden over here.
Hello? Is somebody there? Might I bend your ear for a moment, please? My name is Irina. I've escaped from Castle Morne to the south. The servants there have rebelled. I can't be sure what it is. My eyesight's been weak since birth, you see. But I swear I heard frightful howling from all over. My good father secreted me out the castle, but decided himself to stay. He says it's his duty. As commander.
Okay. Let's talk to her again.
I fear for father's life. The servants are full of wrath, filled with hatred for every one of us. They've since come for every one of the companions I escaped with. They haven't spared a soul. I fear it's no different at Castle Morne. Please, I implore you, would you mind taking a letter to my father at the castle? My soul wishes that he escape, even if his honor should be the price. Please. I just want him to be safe.
And yeah, definitely, we are going to deliver this letter. It's our first quest.
Thank you, dearly. Then please, take this.
Sweet, and we got Irina's letter.
Deliver it to my father, who remains in the castle, if you please.
Let's talk to her again.
Please, if you wouldn't mind, deliver the letter to my father at the castle. He can be stubborn, but I'm sure he'll come around.
Okay, Irina, we're going to deliver this letter to your father. We're just checking now to see if we can read it, which we cannot. We can, however, discard it. But seeing how it's not in the nature of psychopathic heroes to just drop letters that we receive, we're going to go ahead and deliver this. And we have a skull here, which we can't seem to crack open. 3 times the charm. 1 golden rune was inside of it. And over there in the distance, there's one of those carriages, which has a chest on it, no doubt. And I see a troll. He's taking a knee. He's tuckered out from a hard day at what looks like the mines, maybe. And a couple of patrolling foes. We have a couple of soldiers of Godrick, as well as some weird, like gargoyle-looking creatures, and these weird, um, like decomposing dogs. So we're just kind of hiding out in the bushes because we've never fucking seen this stuff before, and we just kind of want to see how it moves, kind of gauging its threat level. It looks like it's staying in one place, but just kind of checking, just to be sure. And we're taking a very long time to make a move here. We're doing some serious deliberating, some serious calculations. And, okay, we're abandoning those calculations, and we're going to go over here and look for some more enemies. And we finally worked up the courage to attack this guy. We couldn't quite get the critical hit on him. He did have some decent XP. We did seem to gather the attention of this. Look how ugly it is. I don't even think it has eyes, does it? And we're not going to take any chances. So we do a charge attack. He didn't see it coming. There's a soldier of Godrick there, kind of sitting down, taking his 15-minute paid break. There's a dog over by him, and that troll who's kind of resting. And what are we going to do? I guess we're just going to watch this dog sort of... can you really call that walking? It's more like a weird, fucked up... I mean, look at his back legs. Okay. We've got the bow. We are deliberating taking a shot. And we do kind of remember from that one guy who's at the camp, the ruins, the Storm Gate ruins. We've learned that when targets are moving perpendicular from us, that the charged arrow shots are pretty inaccurate, not very precise. It's better if they're more or less running parallel to you, directly in front. And this guy stands up to attention to meet our blade. We are retreating back into the bushes. We definitely don't want that dog to attack us. And we're just collecting the Roa fruit, which I still don't know what it does. And there are those weird gargoyle things. I guess we're going to call them gargillions. So we have these weird gargillions. Look at his wings. He has like little deformed wings, not even on his back. They're like right above his pelvis. These are definitely some monstrosities that have resulted in the untimely grafting of the grafting that happens, I guess, under Godrick's ruling presence here in Limgrave. We got that guy. Excuse me. We got that guy's attention. He's got a pretty nasty looking curved blade. But look at him. He's got a beautiful golden lock of hair, and it has just dawned on me that I have not plugged in my computer again. So we'll see if we have enough battery to make it through. It's really hard getting all this set up. Well, it's not really hard. I just don't think I rush through it too fast. And look at this guy. He's got like this weird lizard tail, the weird wings, the weird feet, the weird hair, 2 smithing stones, and they're absolutely terrifying. So we got the critical hit on him. So we took out a few dogs. We took out a few of these guys. We're kind of observing the teardrop scarab, are they called? Or are they just called like the just scarab beetles? We have the ruin fragment. We're working our way back through this kind of, what would you call this? A canyon? A cavern? A valley? No, I think a canyon better suits it. We've got some people here in our sights. What's this? We have 2 golden runes. That's a pretty decent find. There's that chest right there, but also there's that dog, and he took a pretty aggressive stance. almost as if he saw us. And we definitely don't want him to see us. So we're kind of cycling through our weapons here, waiting to make a move. Looks like we've got our bow. We want to get him with a mighty shot right behind him. And we don't have any arrows. And since we like to hoard our fire arrows, we're not going to use one of those. But since he turned away, sweet, we got the Morning Star, which does do a little bit more bleeding damage than our katana. And here, I got pretty excited, and I wanted to try it out. And here we are. We can see that it does 118 plus 22 and 121 plus 25. So ultimately, the katana is the more powerful choice. But I do equip the Morning Star for a moment just to kind of see how it looks, and I think it looks awesome. It's got a nice thrusting motion, but as I'm cycling through what are the Ashes of War called? The special abilities. I'm not too happy that it has kick, and I ultimately decide to go back to the katana because I don't want to sacrifice the unsheath ability, which I have become so fond of. So, watching the dog, and I can see about 3 more dogs over there to the left, and a soldier of Godrick over there to the right of the troll. So we're going to be sneaking the long way around. And we're coming face to face with him. Didn't plan on that, and we learned very quickly that these dogs are pretty aggressive. He got a pretty good chunk, and he's kind of clipping through this already dead body. Kind of makes him look like a wolf man. And so we creep on over to the troll, past the broken cart, or rather in front of the cart, and we're going to craft some bone arrows. And we actually end up crafting about 99 of them, which we're pretty excited about. 99 arrows is better than 0 arrows. So we're super stoked about that. And we're going to try to plink these wolf dog things off one by one. Got him. One down. They're not really alerted to our presence yet. We're going to try to get this guy. He's down, and we have one more dog. We swing back. The arrow hits his mark, and we kind of missed this one. He's coming in at an aggressive stance. We can't quite seem to get a grasp on our sword, and we sliced and diced him. Something went flying. I'm not too sure what it is. And now it's just down between this, the troll and that soldier of Godrick over there. And we're looking for a good sort of vantage point, or rather a good point of attack to hit this guy. We're going in for a headshot with the arrow, which flies right over his noodle. And so we pull back another one, and it seems to go right over him again. And the third arrow hits him right in the face. Did some pretty good damage. We bust out the fire arrow. 172 damage. That's pretty solid. But unfortunately, he's not very flammable. So we pull out the sword. We got the dual wielding going on. Not the dual wielding, the two-handed going on. I sometimes say dual wielding instead of two-handed. He's charging us, and we tried a different technique here. Instead of rolling back, we just ran back. We went for the head, and we missed, so we're going for his shins. He jumps, so we jump. We come back steady. He stomps and slams his fist. We go for another headshot. Can't quite seem to hit his face, and he gets us with the left foot there. He pulls out his sword and gets us with the shockwave. So we're going to go ahead and heal. And he drags his sword, and we jump directly into it and barely missed that one. And then we're just getting our asses kicked right here, burning through all of our flask of Crimson Tears. I think we jumped over that, and we jumped over that, which was pretty sweet. We're going back to the arrow, and we're just completely not knowing what the fuck we're doing. we're so bad at the game sometimes. Look at this. Look at this. This is pathetic. So we're just going to ninja roll about a quarter mile away. We're going to bust out another fire arrow, and it's going to put us in a good position to get slapped right in the face by his sword. And I don't think we can heal anymore. Oh, we can heal one more time, but we can't seem to get a grip on our menu. We crashed through the cart. A lot of damage to the cart. We're just kind of flailing violently at this guy's knees. Not too sure where the troll was going with that, but he's coming in very aggressively. We go through his legs. We're trying to chop at him. He chops us first. We get up slowly, and we're just missing him. And so we hit him down the thigh, and we finally get hit. Oh my fucking god, that happened to me when I was playing. I see that hand, and I think it's another troll. Okay, even though I'm just commenting on it, this game can still be terrifying. And we have a single soldier of Godrick over here. We got a strip of white flesh meat. We got about 40% battery. We're good. I think we can make it through this commentary, no problem. And so that's pretty much the canyon. Going to explore a little bit, try to find some loot. We got the Erdly flower, which I don't. Oh look, there's a stake of America up there. It kind of makes me wonder if we can get up on that what's it called, a precipice, up on that cliff edge and shoot arrows downward. That would have been pretty cool to do. We just wrecked these carts. They're gonna come walking through here later and be like, "What the fuck happened to all the carts?" Okay, so Erdly flowers and ruin fragments, and here's the. So at this point, I was actually really, really paranoid because I didn't have any. I do have Flask of Crimson Tears. Okay. But I was trying to kind of like corral this beetle to the wall so it wouldn't go too far up. We got the Ash of War Mighty Shot, which is already equipped to our bow. But it will be good to have in case we ever get a bow that has without, or a crossbow that has without that particular Ash of War. And there's the castle up on the hill, and we're having flashbacks that looks like a knight of the cavalry, or a cavalry of the night. We're not too happy to see him, and so we're hiding. And we do see the skull, and we can't resist 3 golden runes. So we go ahead and we risk it for a biscuit, and we get that. And we're just kind of slowly following this guy. We kind of want to hit up those bushes on the right, but we see the bushes on the left instead. So we go in here, and we're just kind of wanting to not come into contact with this guy, because I don't think at the time I knew I had 3 crimson flasks, and I am relieved to see this site of grace over here. Look at all the beautiful converging light, and there's even a merchant over here. We feel safe. It's the middle of the night. We go ahead and rest because we want that cavalry of the night to not be there. And so we pass the time until morning, putting as much distance between us and the night as we possibly can. Do we check to see if we can level up? We do, and we're able to spend 2,601 runes to increase our vigor to 22, and that's what we do. And so we check out the Ashes of War, and just for good measure, we apply the Mighty Shot to our bow, which already has Mighty Shot. Not too sure what the reasoning was there. I guess I figured it wouldn't hurt. And we're just double checking to make sure that that Dark Rider, that Nazgul, that Witch King of Angmar is no longer there. And we speak to this gentleman who looks like Kale, but is not Kale. And we're just going to kind of see what he has. And he has some kookeries, which we like. He has some smithing stones that go up to +3, and another smithing stone, which goes up to +6. He's got a crack pot and some a stone sword key over there. In fact, it looks like he has 2 stone sword keys. No, he has a stone sword key and a bastard stone, which is actually what Jon Snow uses in Game of Thrones. And he's got some armor which we were definitely thinking hard about getting, but we just don't have the runes, as well as we want that Crimson Amber medallion, because that's going to increase our not our XP, our HP. So we go ahead and leave him, and we're going through the side of Grace. Look at the Erdtree in the background. And we're just going to pick up these golden runes. And we're moving ever southbound. I'm just gonna save again, I guess. Oh no, we're waiting until night because we want to see if we can catch that Dark Rider. And there he is. Look at the size of him. We want our revenge. We don't like the cavalry of the night. Look at that horse. It just looks so massive. And we're sneaking. We got our bow out. We're definitely going to try to get him with a bow shot. And I can see I see a ruin fragment over there and a skull. Try to hit him with the fire arrow. He's just a little too far away. Despite being a longbow, this bow does not make very long shots sometimes. And we get the horse, and we get the horse again, or him. And look at him, completely black. What are those red things? Is that where the arrow hit him? Or is it highlighting a? Oh, look at that jump, or a weak spot on him. So we're trying to get him. We can't. He's really hard to close the distance with. He's just moving so fast. He can rear up. He can swing that three-headed mace or flail. We got a pretty good strike in on him. And he does this really, really fast sort of side attack, which happens very suddenly. How does this horse even see? It's got a blanket over it. And so we're just trying to survive at this point. We're liking our chances against him. Got hit by that thing again. We sliced him. We did 65 damage. Not a whole lot of damage that we're doing to him. He swings that thing 1, 2, and 3 times, and he misses. And so we're going to bust out the shield or the bow. We got the bow. We're trying not to let him close the distance. We're using a lot of stamina trying to get away. And we don't want to use the mighty shot. We actually want to use a standard shot. But we just don't quite have the controls down yet. And look at that jump. And he inflicted a decent amount of bleed damage on us. So we're just rolling away. Missed him again with the arrow. We're trying to keep him in front of us without him striking us because we want to hit him. Wow, what a hit. He hits us pretty good, and then he tries to bump into us. And at this point, we're healing, and we don't really know the correct way to kind of go about this battle in terms of inflicting damage to him. He's running at us, and so we're kind of hoping that after he kind of gets near us, we can pop him with the sword. But he proves to be not only evasive, and see, that would have been a good chance, and we did, but it's a very measly 47 damage. We have 2 flasks left, and he's not even down by maybe an eighth of a health. He's maybe not lost an eighth of his health. We got a pretty good strike in on him there. Caught around the rocks. He's swinging his flail, and he lands right on top of us. We got a slap on the ass there, and we're kind of doing this weird dance, and that catches us off guard every single time. And he rears up, and we're running back. At this point, we're really, really scared because we don't have any more flasks of Crimson Tears, and we're resorting to the sword, kind of hopping and trying to strike him. He's trying to strike us. We got him. We dodge to the side. We get out of the way, and we always forget about that side swipe. So something to know in the future to avoid that. We can't quite get the hit on him. He can't quite get the hit on us. And he actually kind of missed us there. And we're riding up on him. We sliced him. His horse looks like it's almost dead. And I feel like I actually don't want to kill his horse because I feel like he might be easier to fight on the horse. We jumped right into him and he popped us. And at this point, we're just rolling away to survive. He almost got us again. We missed him. He missed us. Uh, and what's going to happen? What's going to happen? We dodged the flail. He dodges the sword. And he just pops us like it's nothing. He comes over. Actually, no, he's just looking at us. Yeah, he comes over just to make sure that we're dead because, well, because we're dead. And so, with a heavy heart, we were not able to get our revenge on the cavalry of the night. But luckily, we wake up and it's daytime, so we don't really have to worry about him again as we go and collect our 266 runes. Luckily, we had gone ahead and leveled up our vigor before fighting him. And so we're kind of riding around. We're heading ever southward. We go through the castle wall, and only because I've played this game before, I'm keeping to the left side because I know what's down there. And what it is, it's a it's a giant, and he's got this giant bow and arrow. And as you come down that hill, he actually tries to hit you with those bows and arrows. Well, he tries to hit you with these giant arrows. So I'm putting some matter between me and that you can hear it right there. Yeah, that's an exploding giant arrow. And there's the giant, like a fire giant. We're trying to jump out of the way. But check this out. Even as we jump, he manages to hit us. So we get off the horse. Look at the size of this thing. We get off the horse and we're just kind of hitting his foot there. He's not really stomping at us. Look how much damage we're doing to him. Thousands, right? So he's down for the count, and we're just attacking his Achilles tendons, and we're attacking his feet. And like the great Achilles himself, he perishes when the blow meets his weak spot. And so here we do a little victory lap. We debated momentarily going up to the castle, but we wanted to look around for a side of grace first. We missed the lamb, or I should say the rolling sheep, whatever they are, and we got the thin beast bones and the budding horn. I'm not too sure what the budding horn does. We go over here, take a quick look around, no side of grace, so we didn't pursue it further. We picked up the Erdleaf flower, and there's some herba over here, and we go ahead and pick that up. No side of grace, and we got some mushrooms and some roa fruit. And so, kind of dancing around, see some more herba. We hop on Torrent after picking it up, and kind of going back to where we were. We decided to go ahead and take out that rolling sheep and that mushroom. And, yep, we're just kind of slaughtering the local animals. The local wildlife, because we are psychopathic heroes, and that is what we do best. And so we're riding around now to the east side. And again, just looking for a side of grace. And we come over to like this, what appears to be like a sword graveyard. And I actually got really nervous when I was over here because I was afraid like some giant was going to come over and like pick up that sword and kill me. And since, there was no side of grace, I didn't want to hang around too long. So I quickly kind of gaze over the cliff, just seeing if there's anything over there. I see this tortoise. I decide just to smack him around a little bit. And get some pretty sweet turtleneck meat and strip of white flesh from him. Hop over the rocks. Go over to the castle wall. Nothing over there. Actually, I think I saw a something shiny. Go back, Matt, and get the shiny thing. And the more you better go back and get those mushrooms. That's right, get them mushrooms. Perfect. And so, looking around, not seeing anything more of interest, decide to go ahead and I check the map to see just how south we are. It looks like this castle is about as south in Limgrave as we can go. And we're just going to very, very casually sort of meander up these stairs, just seeing if that thing's breakable. It is not. Going over here, not seeing really anything interesting, and we're going to sneak in. I am so relieved when I see this side of grace here. And so I go straight to it, and we discover it, and decide to rest there to go ahead and replenish our flasks. And looks like we can't level up, so we go ahead and leave, and we sneak into this room, and we see the weapon racks, and kind of hoping that by smacking these racks, maybe a weapon will fall off, and we can use it to aid in our quest of delivering, what's her name, Elisa's letter to her stubborn father. And the side of grace is pointing roughly southwest, and we see this dead soldier of Godric. Not too sure what happened to him, and we're just double checking our armor, making sure that we are wearing the best possible armor before proceeding into the castle. And so everything looks good. We're wearing the heaviest of the heavy while still maintaining a medium load. We're happy, we're satisfied, so therefore we progress. Stepping on the pressure plate, and what a pretty cool ninja pose we have going on. We're going up and up and up this elevator shaft, and we're slowing up. We reach the top, and we go up these stairs to find kind of like this weird mosh pit of these gargilians and a stake of America there, and we've discovered officially Castle Morne. So we got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those gargilians, and it looks like their leader there up top by the fire. I go to hit him with an arrow to no avail, and he doesn't even react. So we're getting a little bit closer to him and sort of evaluating this burning rubble stack, and we hit him. Not quite enough to take him out. I thought he was dead, honestly, and he comes running back, and I fumble with my sword. He gets 2 hits in, but ultimately we came out victorious, and just kind of double checking to see if anybody saw us. So we cycle through, we drink our flask of Crimson Tears, and we see some of those weird, ugly, decomposing dog mongrels sort of feasting on the flesh of the fallen, in which case he's eating a piece of metal, and yeah, just get completely fucked by these dogs. I was not ready for any of it, and I'm honestly, what I'm doing here is I was trying to die closer to that stake of America so that it would look, and they're still going. I was trying to die closer to the stake of America so I could more easily procure my runes afterwards. So it was mostly a failed attempt, or arguably a successful attempt at strategic dying. So lesson learned from those dogs. Definitely don't like the dogs. The elevator is still in the up position, so we go ahead and pull the lever, and we just patiently wait for the elevator. And ever slowly it comes, ultimately reaching the destination. The pressure plate goes up, and we go ahead and we just step on it. And magically the elevator comes back up. And going through the items, we're debating using this shield, but unfortunately our strength falls pretty short. I think our strength is like 12. We need a total strength of 16. But that sword's pretty good. It blocks a lot of damage. I forget how much, but it's a pretty strong shield to have early in the game. And I really just want to get my runes back, so a quick slap around this hound, get the runes, retreat, putting some distance between me and those dogs. This time I'm like going right towards the stake of America. Luckily that dog missed us, and we get a few lucky hits on that dog. He got a good 2 hits on us, but ultimately we came out victorious, and we go ahead and loot his thin beast bones. And as we look around, sort of debating how best to deliver this letter to Elisa's stubborn father, we find this dog over here sort of just chowing down on this salted body. And he didn't get the drop on us this time. And so we got 2 of those pretty good smithing stones. Looking for loot while we're up here. Smacking around those barrels, getting back down into the sneaking position, and I think a smart man would heal. Okay, very, very good. And so we're actually going to try to sneak around this sort of burning mosh pit of these gargillions. And unfortunately for us, we begin to see this like this pumpkin-headed foe over there, and that sort of well, you see him? I don't know how quite to describe him. He's a little bit easier to see when you get up close. But we kind of sneak beyond this crate by the tree, and there he is, sort of just sitting on the ground, drawing in the dirt with a stick or something. Luckily, these guys don't see us, so we go ahead and target him, and we just want to get a good critical strike on him. What is he doing, though? We go ahead and get the two-handed, and we couldn't quite get the critical, and he got the bleeding damage, and luckily, we got him with very, well, with almost no damage, and he gives us a sanctuary stone. This Gargillion sees us, but we basically knock him out of the air, and his friends don't see us. We're constantly checking to see if that mosh pit is going to become actively forming a ring of death, a ring of fire around us, circle of death. And we're getting actually a lot of smithing stones. I'll have to remember that during the next gameplay. And sort of sneaking up these stairs, looking for any potential surprise foes. Pretty interesting crest, and we're going to go ahead and we take this ladder, all in the name of delivering a letter to that blind maiden's stubborn father, Elisa. So we get up the ladder, and we see one of these Gargillions. We go ahead and we slash at his spine a couple times. And even now, did he headbutt us or did he bite us? I don't know. There's a fire over here, and a man hanging from that. It really looks like Fort Dawnguard. And we have a guy here on the bridge. We go ahead and we take out our bow, and not too sure why his eyes are glowing like that. Maybe he's under some kind of spell. But we get him in the face a couple of times, and nothing special happens. And we healed on accident because we were trying to sheath our bow. And we see that guy over there. And we really just want to get a surprise shot on him, but actually he gets there's 2 of them, and they're shooting some kind of dart at us. They take to the air, trying to get the advantage. Not too sure what I'm doing. I think I'm trying to confuse them with some kind of mambo, some kind of tarnished mambo, and he comes down. It's the last mistake he ever made, because we go ahead and we hit him with the sword. This guy, one-on-one, mano a mano, we were able to slice him out of the air, and very thankfully we got out of that alive, and we got 2 golden runes. One last look at the mosh pit here. Luckily, none of them saw us take out their friends on the bridge, because they're very busy and otherwise distracted. So we have 1 flask of Crimson Tears left. We're sneaking on over here to this campfire, this burning fire of smoldering butterflies, and we're relieved to find the site of grace, and we hope not to die. And we touched the grace. We are happy. Look, something got hurt when we did that. Did you see that? Something got hurt. And so we see if we can level up. We can't. And we're just kind of happy to have made it this far without dying. And at this point, it's the end of the video. So thank you guys for watching. Sorry for the post gameplay commentary. I really wish I knew what was happening, but I don't. I'm Athotomu. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.